Hello friends and welcome. Let's take a look at our next project, a 2015 750 Li. That I just replaced today. I don't know what's going on there. All cleaned up, ready to go back in. So let's start this project with a quick walk around. As you can see, we do have some work to take care of. Of note, the front bumper is pretty banged up and will possibly need to be repainted. We can also see that the headlights are pretty poor condition. I'm hoping that quick sand and polish will bring those back to life, but that remains to be seen. We do have 19-inch M Sport wheels all around, slightly wider in the back. And this car may have been in an accident. You can see on the passenger side the marker's just slightly off. In the back everything looks pretty good, although I did discover an issue with the license plate once I got the temp tag off. So here's a view of the wheels on the driver's side. Nothing really to note. Has cheap tires on for now. We'll keep those for the time being. And you can see we've got a little curb rash on some of the wheels, but not too bad. Here we can see the weather stripping has deteriorated on the front driver's side and also on the rear driver's side, so we'll have to replace that. So we got a nice little cigarette burn on the driver's side, and of course sticky door handles, everybody's favorite. So we can see the interior is not too bad apart from being very dirty, and the steering wheel has seen better days, unfortunately. The seats overall are in pretty good condition. Leather is good, just needs a good cleaning. And of course, with this being a long wheelbase, we have plenty of room in the back. The door cards are in pretty good condition. The ashtray and buttons all work. This does have the automatic rear shades, which is a nice feature. Unfortunately, as we'll see on the passenger side, that shade is broken, so we'll have to work on that. Passenger side is about the same. Glove box and secret James Bond glove box. Yummy! And the center console, everything works. Again, just very dirty. So moving up front, we have the infamous, notorious N63 twin turbo V8. This is the TU, which is of some consolation, but needless to say, we probably have our work cut out for us. So far, everything is running well. We just have one issue with the coolant pipe. As you can see there, we've got some shmoo built up, so we'll have to pop those out. From there, we'll carry on with a top end refresh, so plugs, coils, belts, pulleys, cooling system, you name it, we're going to address it. And without any further ado, let's get things started. We're going to kick off by tackling some of the smaller details, for example, putting in new floor mats. You'll also see that we now have the footrests that are the hallmark of the Li model. And yes, it's dirty, don't judge me. Unlike my 5 Series, we can't pull apart the door card to replace the sticky door handle, so we'll have to settle for inserts. Next, we'll move up front. One issue I noticed immediately was the problem with the cup holder. So I love to have coffee with me when I drive, and if I can't store that there, that's going to be a major issue. So let's go ahead and pop out the console and see if we can figure out what's going on. Let's take a moment to appreciate just how absolutely disgusting it is under the center console. We've got a puddle of schmoo or something, dirt and debris everywhere, and who knows what happened. Maybe somebody had a milkshake or something melt into there, or a piece of candy. I still can't figure it out to this day, but rest assured we will clean it up. Moving inside, I began taking apart the center console. My plan was to clean all the components that I would keep and swap out the cup holder portion with a used one that I bought off eBay. But as we'll see shortly, it turned out that that item was broken as well. And actually, the cup holder that I had in my car was working better than that one. So I ended up just cleaning all the parts and fixing it as well as I could and sticking it back in the car. But we'll go through what it looks like to pull out all of the individual components. So here I'm comparing my center console to the one that I bought on eBay and realizing that I don't need it, so I ended up returning it. That was my wife's idea, of course. Here I'm trying to remove the cup holder insert. It's actually broken, so even apart from fixing the cup holder lid, I still have to replace this part. Right now I'm looking at the cup holder lid, trying to understand how it works and how I can fix it. You may have noticed earlier there was a small item that looked kind of like a battery or a film canister sitting underneath the console, and it turns out that is the spring that makes the lid open up. So it took a little bit of going back and forth with this item and the new one, or the one from eBay, to realize what had happened, and then I went out to the car to retrieve that. So here's a quick before and after of washing some of the non-electrical parts that were particularly bad. I didn't use anything crazy, just warm water and dish soap. Here we can see the results, much cleaner, so everything is going back in the car nice and fresh. So with the rubber and plastic parts clean, I move on to cleaning the cup holder itself and the rest of the center console. So we'll just speed that up and enjoy the relaxing time of cleaning it. But actually, it is very relaxing. see the iDrive controller cleaned up particularly well. And here is our finished product. All in all, it came out really well, super clean now. As we'll see in a moment, the cup holder does open and close, but the spring is not working quite correctly. But the good news is that I'm able to open it and close it, and that's sufficient for the time being. Of course, we'll revisit that at a later date to get it to 100%. But all in all, very happy. And a quick word from our sponsors. Back in the car, we can see where I cleaned under the center console as well. Looking really nice right now. To this day, I have no idea what that mess was. My best guess is it was some sort of chocolate that melted. I mean, it was really tough to clean out, and it was very sticky. So maybe somebody left some chocolate or candy there, and it just melted down. But it's gone. Son of a bitch. Where did you go, son of a bitch? And after a few choice words and maybe a dropped part or two, the center console goes back in. I don't know. I'm gonna do some research. For now, we can do that. At least for now, it closes, right? So this is where we are after all that work. The cup holder is functioning, sort of, meaning I can now open and close it, and the spring is pulling it open sometimes, but only once it's past halfway. And as you can see, it kind of closes as well. And that's going to have to do for right now. It works, so I can use it, but we will revisit it to get it to 100%. Next up, we need to tackle the top end refresh, so we're going to turn our attention there. Coming up in the next episode, dogs hard at work. A beautiful layout. Here's today's setup, just some basic tools. I'm feeling really confident about white gloves. And also, if you're curious about using white gloves, I would not recommend it. And we get into the belly of this magnificent beast. That felt surprisingly loose. As always, thank you so much for watching, and please consider subscribing. See you in the next episode.